Jesus freak here. Now, a couple hours or so ago, I got back from Pastor Brett and I were at this bookstore that was located in a church somewhere near Canandaigua, which is between Rochester and Oswego. Um, I think the name was Calvary Chapel of the Finger Lakes, and yes, that's where this hoodie comes from. Anyway, now not everything that I'm gonna show came from there. There's one thing that didn't come from there. That's this. This is a Gideon New Testament bilingual Spanish English. This is pretty bare bones. And it's exactly what you expect a bilingual Bible to be. It's pretty small print. It's lined up so that the Spanish on the left and the English on the right take the same amount of space. Which is to say, the Spanish is Reina Valera 60, and the English is the King James. It's about the best pairing you can get. Between English and Spanish. Anyway, here's my 3 finds that came off the bookshelf. We hit the Motherlode. We both dug up a whole bunch of junk. Well, not junk. It's Bibles, it's not junk. This is a Cambridge Emerald. Print Corp, Belarus. Had a little bit of damage, nothing I couldn't fix. The title page was partially pulled away from the rest of the block. I just fixed it with a little bit of glue. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm led to believe that this might be an old Air and Spottiswoode text block. It looks about like this. In other words, it looks like a Bible. Nothing special here. Black letter. This Bible word list comes from Trinitarian Bible Society. Note that. Try to focus this right here. S and authorized there, where Cambridge themselves spell it with a Z. Um, although there's no acknowledgement of Trinitarian here, they probably had some sort of mutual agreement, oh, we'll license the text to you because, oh, we're the royal printers, we own the patent to the King James Version in England and Wales. We'll license you the text, you license us our helps. There's a 2-year reading plan. Again, this is from Trinitarian. And that's it. Just bare bones. This is a good bare bones King James Bible. And then there's part of the case. This is Cambridge's version of the Cambridge Pocket Reference Bible. Of course, this is a Trinitarian's version of the Pocket Reference Bible. It's the same thing, basically. They're both produced by Cambridge. They're both printed by Print Corp in Belarus. Of course, this one's a burgundy calfskin one, and I ordered this from Trinitarian themselves. The other one, the Cambridge one, is a purple. I can imagine Rhonda might dig something like this if it weren't so dang tiny. But it's a purple. It's Cambridge, so of course it has this certificate. And it won't focus. Anyway, Pit Minion Reduced. This is based on the old version of the Pit Minion. Back when it was more like the Concord. You got your epistle dedicatory. And pretty bare bones. Now, this is a red letter edition, which, of course, is different from Trinitarians. Still has a quirk that you find in this block where it doesn't have It doesn't have pilcrows. It capitalizes the whole word instead, which is weird, but okay, you do you. And because it's, again, Cambridge, it has red letter, but it doesn't extend to Revelation because it's only words of Jesus while on earth, not just words of Jesus. Short glossary. I think you'll find that in some. I think you'll find that in the Concord too. Pronunciation guide, and instead of marking up the text, they have a word list, a name list. Now, the order of this stuff is basically backwards from Trinitarian's edition, which puts the name list at the beginning. And of course, it has the same helps you find in the Emerald. Of course, the pocket reference Bible's pocket sized for what good and bad that is, because it's like a 4.5-point font. So you better have at least one eye with 20/20 vision. Or better yet, 2015. Because otherwise, you ain't reading this. This one actually came shrink wrapped, but I removed the shrink wrap en route. And the third one. Oh, geez. It's the full-size Cambridge Concord. Now, I have one of the first Bibles the Church Bible Publishers produced. And it is, I'm not going to bother bringing up, but it's a personal-size Concord reprint. And it's just a smaller version of this. But this is the real Concord. This is the big boy. Of course, English coat of arms, Scottish coat of arms looks different, which you'll see if you have a Collins Bible from like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And as a Concord, this one has translators to the reader. By the way, the copyright page says as it's printed in the UK and in the Netherlands. So I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe the maps or the helps are printed in the UK and the body is printed at Youngblood. I don't know. The interesting thing about the Concord's text is it doesn't have any reference markup in the body. Instead, it just mentions verse and, if there's something to put a note on. They put like a keyword in there, kind of like they do with the Revised English Bible, which, of course, comes out of Cambridge. Now, this is, of course, it's black letter. Now, some of their older and smaller concords don't have translators to the reader. The Crystal, which I do have, a Cambridge Crystal, is a reduction of the Concord to about the size of the Pocket Reference Bible, and it does not have translators to the reader. It does have a full-size concordance, which is interesting for a Bible that small. So, no black and no red letter. Now it follows Revelation with the same glossary that was in the Cambridge version of the Pocket Reference Bible, a comprehensive concordance, and by comprehensive, this paper's a little thin. I mean, 139 pages, pretty comprehensive for a concordance by any standard. And it's followed by a Bible dictionary, which runs 128 pages and is also pretty comprehensive. But it does have a very Anglo-Catholic bent, which it's Cambridge. You kind of gonna have to expect that from Cambridge. And then this leads off into a gazetteer and the movie maps. If you've seen a lot of church Bible publishers, they have the movie maps. Some, I think, around 2012 they switched. Also, this is version of the same family section and presentation page that you find in some of church's stuff, because it's Cambridge. Now, I don't get into the cover matter. These weird ribbed ribbons. But this covers a black French Morocco. Yes, that means it's a genuine leather. Well, it's pretty stiff. Feels like cardboard. Probably is on the inside. And there's the vinyl paste down lining. It's not their highest grade lining, but French Morocco is basically the El Cheapo level of leather that Cambridge does. But it's still good quality. This is apparently a Cambridge binding and not a Youngblood binding, which is kind of interesting. This is like from that transition period between when they did things in house and they just outsourced everything to Youngblood and Print Corp. But Cambridge is going to be Cambridge. I also got a hymnal, but I'm not going to show that in this video. I will say it's mostly older hymns, which is a nice thing. So, it's just some of my finds. I'd say, 3 genuine Cambridges in one day. Yeah, that's the Motherlode. Never mind all the, Holman New King James Ultra Thins study Bibles that we saw there too. They had a whole bunch of old Schofields. I think they had an open Bible. And we practically cleaned out their Bible section. We just found that much stuff. Anyway, Jesus freak out.